welcome to CoinGeek Backstage. I'm your host, Patrick Thompson, and I am here with Jeff Baek. Jeff, how are you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. So you just gave a great presentation on stage about one of your new sort of company branches called PeerSend. Can you tell us what PeerSend is?
Yeah, so PeerSend is a browser extension that let you send and receive money over pretty much anywhere on the internet. So Facebook, Twitter, or your website, or Reddit. You can find the counterparts who don't even have to have a Bitcoin address, and you could still send $10, $100 to on pretty much any platform.
And where can people find PeerSend and start using it today?
So if you go to peersend.com, it will guide you to the Chrome web store, so you can download the web store and then start sending. Yeah.
And on stage, you gave a really good demo of it being used on Twitter. Do you imagine it being used in any other sort of social media apps and places? And do you think there's an ideal use case for it? Do you see one group of people using it more than another?
Yeah, so we're going to continue adding integration, so the Facebook integration and Reddit and GitHub and stuff like that, so people can spend money on better experience than PayMail. But in terms of use case, I don't know. I wouldn't know how people would use. At the beginning, I think BSV people were just going to annoy other cryptocurrency by sending money. I've seen some people doing that, so that would be a good excuse, use case, right? That would be a fun use case.
So what made you want to go the payments route opposed to maybe any sort of other system or platform you could have built? I'm sure you had a variety of options and ideas, and you narrowed in on payments. So why payments of anything else?
We didn't start developing the product by setting up the segment of the business, right? The area of the business, because ideas are pretty fragile, and when you actually try to execute it, so you want to start with the idea that for you, right, the product that you would use, and then we wanted to send money over Twitter or Facebook, right, to anyone. For example, I like Navar, I like Nassim Taleb. There's no way for me to sort of seek attention or send them money as an appreciation. There's no way, there's no system like that. So it was a demand from our team, not necessarily thinking about what kind of business we should do and stuff like that.
And do you imagine the way PeerSend works, and this is from me seeing the demo, getting more people onboarded to use all sorts of different BSV wallets, or I guess at the end of the day, ultimately using BSV?
Yeah. So we'll be able to add more wallets if the standards are met. We're just going to expand that in that domain as well.
And I have like two questions here to wrap it up. The first is, what is next for you and the team over at PeerSend?
We're just continue building, adding more feature. I demonstrated the plugin ideas where you can put button on web pages so that you can charge people to read your content, or you could ask for donation. So the plugins have to be built. We're working on the e-commerce aspect, the use case of it, the buying goods and products in Amazon. So yeah, we'll continue building on that direction.
And my final question is, if there was one sort of general takeaway that you'd want the audience to know, maybe when it comes to payments on BSV or using PeerSend in particular, what would that general takeaway be?
Ultimately, if the business wants to be sustainable, it needs to come from the real demand, not like sort of fake demand or ideologically driven demand, or BSV can do this, can you do this kind of demand. I think we need to be not carrying that aspect. We really want to provide the benefits that Bitcoin can only provide, and you can't do that in any other system or non-blockchain system. And then people actually want to use it because they can do this. That's what we're aiming for, the real business utility from real demand. Yeah, so I wish people could use it. We'll see. There hasn't been a lot of transactions, but we'll see how it goes.
Jeff, thank you so much for your time today and sharing your insights with us, and thank you for watching CoinGeek Backstage.